Alright, hey, what's going on, guys? Sorry, give me just a second here. I forget this is grapefruit. um, well, anyways, um, yeah, so, haven't, haven't made a video in a while, and, it's been, I've been busy, um, let's just say, with work, um, and, since it's summer, it's been really hot. I've been doing a lot of stuff outside too, so I don't really have. I haven't really been staying inside or indoors, um, just because there's stuff for me to do outside that I have to do. Be it gardening and mowing and taking care of the chickens and mowing neighbors or mowing my neighbors' lawns and or doing whatever that kind of stuff. Kind of random stuff here and there for neighbors, odd jobs, what it may be. Um, so besides just the bulk of it being working a lot, I'm working a lot of 8-hour shifts. Most of my days. Um, sorry, thought of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air when I said that. Spent most of my days, a couple of guys were up to no good, started making trouble in my neighborhood. Um, sorry. So, um, yeah. So the bulk of my time has been spent, working, making that money, saving up, doing all that good stuff, and then just day to day personal stuff, just life in general. Just stuff will come up or what it might be, whatever it might be. Um, and then and then just having personal free time, to myself, not having to like worry about work or worry about doing too much stuff around the house, or just be able to actually have some free time to play some video games and not really be in the mindset of like having to record a video or something like that, but just being able to actually relax and be like, hey, tomorrow, and then actually kind of funny I would say this is that actually tomorrow I'm gonna be in that boat of where I'm not gonna have a lot to do. So yeah, I was thinking of possibly recording a video or making something. I don't really know. I think maybe I'll make an easy video tomorrow. I'll probably do like a vlog, but um I'll be outside, recording the garden, showing you our progress with our garden, how it's been going. Um, all of our plants are doing really well in our garden. Our trees this year, it's kind of hit and miss. Um, our plum tree, our main big plum tree, didn't really do too much. There's a few on it, but not as many as like last year or even the year before. The year before in 2016, we had like 4 or 5 buckets worth of plums. It was just amazing. And then the next year it was still a good amount, not as much. And then for some reason this year it's just basically nothing. We won't even get a bucket full of plums. That's how bad it's been. But then on the flip side, we got 3 full buckets of pears, and then our peaches didn't do as good as last year or the year before, but we still got some peaches. So yeah, it wasn't like a huge letdown with peaches. And then our Japanese pear, I could only find one. So yeah, I think basically what happened is that our summer, it got hot, early and like too quickly, and for too long. There was like basically no break. It was just heat, 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 and there's no let up because we would have high 70s, low 80 days, and it's just sunny and there is no break. You know, obviously at night it gets a little cooler, but not not a lot. Um, so besides our trees not doing very well, our garden is loving the heat, the sun. Um, we're gonna have tomatoes to our ears. Um, uh, we're gonna have tons of Roma tomatoes. We're gonna have a good amount of beef. We're gonna have tons of Roma tomatoes. That's for one. But then we're gonna have a good amount of beefsteak tomatoes too. We have our carrots. We've got garlic. We've got onions. We've got beets, and my mom's has some basil. We have some yellow squash. Our squashes are doing really well. We got zucchini growing. We got cucumbers, and they're doing really well. They're getting, the I don't remember what kind of cucumbers they are or the what kind of zucchini, but they're doing really well. Uh, yeah, it's like all of our plants, all of our like garden like vegetable plants are doing really well. There hasn't been anything that's like struggling. We've I've been taking care of the front garden, so that's kind of like on me there. So I think I've been doing a pretty good job. Um, Sorry about that. I had to get a drink. Whew. So yeah. Besides doing the garden stuff and work and that kind of thing, personal kind of life. Um, Nothing too exciting or too major to update you guys on in the past, 3 months, 3 or 4 months. I can't remember. It's probably been longer since I made a video, but probably since like March or something. So 4 or 5, whatever that it might be. Um, because I mean, I'm a fairly boring person, and I don't really go and travel. I don't really have the money to do that. So and I'm kind of fine with that because I sort of, I mean, I like to be, um, I'm kind of a homebody. I like to be at home. I don't really like traveling or, I don't really like doing anything like spontaneous or just random out of the blue or whatever. Like somebody will invite me like spur of the moment. I'm just like, yeah, no. I would have to plan that out. And what's funny is that I'm not really a person to like do that kind of thing of like planning and stuff. So it's kind of weird. But um, so besides whatever that, with kind of just boring life basically. Um, we do have our chickens. Obviously, I think I made a video of showing you them when they were pretty small. Obviously, they're what 6, 7 months now. They're laying eggs. They started laying eggs probably about a month ago. You get all of them are brown eggs that we've gotten. We get kind of the light brown. Then there's kind of like three shades basically. And we know that I think so all of so we have four. They're called sex links. Um, Two of them are black, and then the two other ones are golden. They've kind of more or less turned like a kind of, well, gold, but kind of a light gold color sort of chicken. And then we have two Rhode Island Reds, and they are known to be good egg producing chickens. And um, anyways, just kind of go into uh, personal stuff about me. uh, like I said, not a lot has changed. Uh, Actually, what's funny, in 2 months exactly, I'll be 29. So I guess I don't know if that's a. I guess the 3-0, the big 3-0 is kind of a interesting point in a person's life. So and I am. Sorry. I am fine where I am right now in my life. It's like it's not like I uh, feel like I've made any huge like wrong decisions or uh, there really isn't anything I wish to like redo or wish I had done differently. Um, Sorry, there's just somebody walking close by. It's kind of weird. I guess they probably didn't see me in the car here, just sitting here, since I've been pretty motionless. Um, so yeah, like I was saying, I haven't really felt any, uh, or maybe you would say like a regret or, uh, you know, wish I had done this or something like that. Not really. Maybe there are things. If I were to think about it, really think about it, maybe there are things. But what I am talking about, as in, you know, being single at 28, and but the thing is, so I haven't really. I think my mom knows, but I don't think I've ever really said that I'm not going to get married or have any kids or anything like that. So, but I think my mom just kind of instinctually, bleh, sorry, I can't talk either. I think she basically knows, um, and she seems to be fine with that. She doesn't have a problem with me not getting married. I guess I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing, but it's like you know, there hasn't been any type of like pressure from my parents or anything like that. So, um, yeah, and I mean, maybe if it was a a different type of system set up, you know, just kind of complaining about how certain things operate in this world. Maybe if things were different, then maybe I'd consider, getting married. But I don't know. We don't really have that option. So it's like, well, I don't really know how that would be like. So it's like I can just be all hypothetical about it, and that doesn't really accomplish anything. So I just think, since I was 17, I've had that same uh, attitude or whatever you want to call it, mindset of just marriage, um, having kids, even like having a girlfriend in high school or something. It was just kind of I don't know. It was like for me, it seemed like I just kind of did it because everybody else did it. Everybody else would have a girlfriend or something like that. And it wasn't like I wasn't totally detached from the person. I genuinely liked the girl that I liked, but um, I don't know. There was just a point of where I was just like, I don't know. This just doesn't feel not right, but like this doesn't. Sorry, I can't talk. I already said that. This just doesn't feel like I want to do this. There we go. Yeah. Cannot talk. Try to get that. Try to get that out. Tongue twister. Just does whoop whoop whoop. Uh, so yeah, and the thing was is that people, all those did somebody hurt you? Those type of people. No, it was I actually broke up with the girl that I liked. wasn't like she cheated on me. It wasn't like, I just kind of ended the relationship because I just didn't feel like it was gonna go anywhere, basically. Um, and that was kind of that. And, basically after I finished high school, I took a little time off, and during that time off, I just wasn't really doing anything. And then eventually I started looking for a job, or, well, what I did is I went back to school. I did college, did some college at BTC, and just while I was doing that, I was just focused on school. I wasn't looking for any type of relationship or anything or whatever. That wasn't really on my mind. I was just focusing on school, and, I completed that and did that. And then about a year later that I found the job taking care of my grandma, so I was doing that. And then obviously that had to basically end. And then I kind of took a little bit of time off from that, and then eventually, applied to Hagen's, and I got my job at Hagen's, and I've been doing that for 2 years now. It was just a month, so 2 years and a month. Um, so yeah, that's kind of like my work. Going from, yeah, I've only had like two jobs basically, but I did take some time to just do college, and then took a little bit of break after the college, and then eventually I was taking care of my grandma. Kind of took a break, and then went back into looking for a job. So I kind of took a little bit of break, from the school, from high school, took a break, college, take a break, found my first job, took a break, and then found Hagen's. And so this is where I want to stay, and I've tried to basically establish myself here, and I think I've done a pretty good job at that. I am a pretty good, like, utility man. That's kind of how I want to be. And, yeah. And, I like my job. I like both of my jobs or whatever. They're separate, with the dairy, stocking, and then cleaning at night. So I don't mind both. I like both because, both my jobs, I'm basically left to myself just to do my work, and it's not like, you have a boss that's just like hovering over you every 5 minutes or something, just making sure you're doing the right thing. It's with the dairy stocking, that's pretty uh, self-explanatory type of job. It's pretty easy to pick up once you get to know it. And then the sanitation is just kind of the same. It's basically doing the same thing again and again, but um, the people change, and sometimes, like tonight, I have to cover, so I'll get out early, so that's nice. Um, so, anyways, just a long ramble. Um, Man, I don't know what it is, but lately, maybe I'm getting um, the right amount of stuff to be able to have really lucid dreams, or not lucid, but more vivid dreams. Sorry, lucid is not the right word; it's vivid. Um, well, I had a dream last night, but then the dream before that um, was really weird because that was like, or no, okay, so I had a dream last night, and then the night before I had a dream, and then the night before that I had another dream. So 2 nights ago, that was where some guy was trying to attack me, but he was, it's funny, like in the dream, he looked like a 1990s kind of henchman bad guy, of like, he's basically wearing this like tight black jacket. He's got not the ponytail, but he's got the long hair, long blonde hair. He looks, somewhat kind of European looking. So it was, he's kind of like a stereotypical '90s cheesy bad guy. Um, but I just remember this all like happening in my backyard, and he was trying to like attack me and go after me. And my friend was there, but then, my friend had, I think he was running towards him or something, and the guy was kind of coming after. It was weird because he was like coming after me, but he was kind of ignoring my friend. And so I thought I had a gun on me for some reason, and so I'm like trying to grab to my side, and all I can feel is my. So this is weird. All I could feel was my box cutter from work, that I always carry around when I'm working, and I felt that in my pocket, and that was weird. I'm like, that's not a gun. Oh, I'm a little bit scared because I mean, all it is, it's like a really short blade. I can't. I mean, it can just cut, but not really do too much damage. That type of thing. And then for some reason, my friend like disappeared from the dream, and then all of a sudden, I remember this bad guy's on top of me, and um, I'm like trying to punch him or something. And I do remember I think I had my keys on me, and I had something sharp on my keychain or where my keys are. And I remember basically punching him with it, and then there was like a little hole kind of on his forehead, and you could see like a little bit of blood there. And he was just kind of like froze for a second there, and then basically, um, I was able to kind of like. Then I was just basically in my dream, just like trying to trying to punch him, but it was weird because like my hands weren't really working very well, or it just seemed like it was like slow motion, like my hands were moving in slow motion in the dream, but like I was trying my hardest in the dream, like I was focusing really hard to try to punch this guy and like get him off me or whatever. And then I remember waking up. Basically, I basically kind of like woke myself up like mid punching of my pillow. So that was kind of interesting. And then the dream, the next night, or whatever, all I can remember is that I'm in this movie theater, and um, the voiceover in the movie or whatever was saying something. It had something to do with like mind control, which was kind of interesting. Um, it was basically explaining like how to mind control people or something like that. And I don't know, it was just very strange. And then the dream I had last night, um, I wrote some of it down on my tablet, just to like keep dream journal type thing. But basically, what I can remember um, is that I had these like cops people. They were like, I was in like this big kind of like warehouse with an office type of thing, and they were like rummaging through stuff and trying to find something. And then I remember there's a door. I was kind of like standing in the middle of the door with the door open, and I could see out to one direction. There was a whole bunch of people I knew, and I think that these people that I knew were trying to make sure they weren't going to get caught with the cops. And what was funny, what was interesting, are these investigating people or whatever. But what was funny, because I didn't want my friends to get any closer, and then the police people or whatever to realize it. So I basically like did like sign language, but like not proper sign language. So I did like I made a C, and then I made an O, and then I made a P. And so I kind of like let these people, friends, I guess I knew in the dream, know that there's cops here. So you better leave. And so eventually they started backing up and leaving. And then I kind of remember then closing the door slowly, and then just kind of standing there uh, looking at or watching investigating people, whatever, rummaging through paperwork and stuff and trying to find something. So that was kind of interesting. Yeah. So kind of had some very, I don't know, strange dreams. Um, they seemed to be all about like, or at least, you had kind of one was a physical attack in that first dream, The next one was kind of more of like your your mind or your soul, kind of a not a spiritual attack, but like a attacking on your mind. And then the last dream, I don't know. I guess I was just kind of um, they were like looking through, trying to find something, I guess. And that's interesting because I don't think I've ever had a dream where dream characters or whoever are trying to look for something. I've had dreams of where I've tried to look for something, but I've never had a dream of where a dream character or whatever is trying to find something. That's to me that's interesting. Maybe that tells me that maybe there is something I'm trying to find, but it's not. Maybe it's kind of like maybe it's something I've put off to the side, but I need to like pay more attention to or something. Like I don't know. It's always interesting to try to read into dreams, you know. That stuff is good. I like it. So, what was this? Cranberry grapefruit. It's pretty good. Good juice. Um, yeah. So, well, super long video, but just kind of wanted to let you guys know how I've been doing, and you know I do. I want to get back into making videos. I just think it won't I won't be uploading a lot because I think it will be I'll be uploading on Tuesdays, I think, or I'll be making videos on Tuesday. Um, so I think that's about it. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna get going. I'll find excuse me. I'll find some time to upload this, and I basically have been having problems with my webcam that I have, and also with my microphone. So I might have to just start doing a whole bunch of just vlogs. Either maybe I'll do vlogs from my tablet because my tablet records in a little bit better quality, video quality and stuff. So maybe I'll do that. But anyways, so I'm gonna get going. Hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you guys later.